Music Access. There was a documentary on dogs and cats on the BBC in the UK that aired recently, and it tested which animal had more loyalty and love for their owners, and the results... Well, what do you think was the result? Do you think dogs have more love and loyalty for their caretakers, or cats? Well, according to the experiment, dogs love their owners around 5 times more than cats. Apparently, the figures showed that dogs love their owners as much as a person loves their spouse or children, although cats didn't fare so well. The experiment showed that they had a strong bond with their owners. I bet there are some of you who are grabbing your pet dogs right now and giving them hugs and kisses, and some of you who are trying to find your cats wherever they may be, or looking at them with disappointment in your eyes. Well, I hope you're not too disappointed in your cats. An experiment is just an experiment, right? We don't have pets because we want to be loved by them. It's because we can't help loving them. But you guys know that, right? I wanna be with you, and if you feel the same, shall we meet here? Will you tell me your story? If you're shy, you can playfully scribble scribble, and if you don't know where to start, you can start with the doodle and scribble scribble. Good job, that's how we'll begin our story. I wanna be with you. Our Sunday Corner Scribble Scribble is just that. This corner's for you to think freely and just doodle out your thoughts. It's a chance to be honest to yourself and think about what was hard, what was embarrassing, what was a proud moment, etc. from the past week. Go ahead and share with us by writing scribble on your title. Now let's go to our first message, which comes from Oksama from Japan, saying, I went to see Lucas's concert and they really sing well. Their ballads were really beautiful. You can sing ballads well, don't you? I can't wait for B.I.G's Japan tour. I know your concerts here will be even more spectacular than Lucas. Scandalous. I wish you could tell me a little bit about what to expect at your concerts in Japan. I wish I could tell you, because I don't even know. We're preparing a lot of, good stuff. So hopefully our program will have a lot of good songs mixed in. We have new stuff as well as old stuff. So hopefully you'll be able to check that out. I don't sing ballads well, actually. That's we'll leave that stuff to Jaehoon, our oldest member in our group. I'm not a ballad guy. I'm working on making my ballads good, but I am not that much of a, I'm not that kind of dude. I'm more like, yeah, because I sing like that. But when we do Lucas, I do remember because we were guests for them in our thing when we went to Japan in mid-January, and one thing I do remember is that I'd only seen them do dance songs before, and then I saw them performing some live ballad songs, and I was like, wow, they're really, really good. And I was like, how come they haven't released a song like that? Because if they released a song, I'm pretty sure they'd be able to put in an awesome performance. So, yeah, I was very taken aback, and I was like, wow, Lucas is pretty awesome. So people in Japan, if you haven't seen Lucas sing ballads, go check him out. Shout out to Kyungjin. He's my friend. He's also a monkey. Let's go kill it in the year of the monkey, brother. Alright, we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on, starting with What You Say by Jason Derulo, followed with Ring Off by Beyonce. We just heard the songs What You Say by Jason Derulo, followed by Ring Off by Beyonce. Our next message comes from Victoria of Brazil, saying, Hey Benji, I'm Vic, a friend of Yukari from Brazil. Yukari's message was introduced on MA, so do you remember? We're both from Brazil and it's so cold here. How is the weather going in Seoul? Please say hi to my friend Yukari. Hello, Yukari. Victoria says hi. She could have said it herself, but she wanted me to say it on the air. Because saying it on the air is so much cooler, of course, than just doing it. So the weather is sort of like cooling and warming and cooling and warming. But I will say this is the coldest winter I've ever had to deal with in Seoul. Usually I just, go around wearing whatever, just make sure I have a really, really thick, padded jacket to keep warm. But it's exceeded that. It's not enough to wear a padded jacket. Even when I wear a padded jacket, it's still exceedingly cold to the point where I have to wear a padded jacket and a sweater and a t-shirt, and even if that's not enough, sometimes something under the t-shirt. I've gone up to, I think, 5 layers before. It's crazy. You just kind of, you just keep going and going and going until there's no more to not go with. So yeah, hopefully in the future, I kind of figure out a better way to dress warm while staying fashionable. I think that was the biggest problem for me. Dressing warm was not the issue, but staying cool and fashionable was a little bit difficult. So that is a work in progress that I will improve on this year in preparation for next year. Yes, sounds good, right? Okay. Now we're going to check out a song before we continue on. We're going to listen to 2 tracks. Senna of Ethiopia wants to hear Locked Away by Adam Levine and Our City. And we'll follow it with Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. We just heard the songs Locked Away by Adam Levine and Our City, followed by Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus in this video, I think, was the prettiest she was. After that, she came out with like a lot of different stuff like Wrecking Ball and all that stuff and Can't Be Tamed. But I think Party in the USA was one of the moments where she was very, very just like on her game. Alright, so continuing on with our program. Our next, who is this? Next message comes from Senna Lechisa from Ethiopia. I was looking at last night, like, how do I pronounce this again? Saying, hi Benji, so I finished exams and I have a 2-week vacation. Can you give me some ideas about what to do during vacation in order to have a great time? Well, when it comes to vacation, first of all, the most important thing is you don't plan out your schedule. Never be like, okay, so I'll wake up at this time and do this and this and this, because that's stressful. If you have one event, maybe 1 or 2 events where you need to like wake up at a certain time to go do it. And then besides that, I would say plan out your days in terms of I could do this, or plan to meet people. I think that's the most important thing. It's not so much about, oh, so I'm going to do this and that's going to be awesome, but more in terms of, okay, so I'm going to hit up my friend. Yo, what are you doing tomorrow? Nothing? Okay, let's hang out. Okay, sounds good. Peace. And then you go hang out with that person. And then, you go, hey, what are you doing on Saturday? So you want to, go, let's go bungee jumping, or let's go go-kart riding, or let's go to the amusement park. And then you kind of set things like that. But I'd say don't spend it at home playing video games the entire time. Meet people, I'd say, for 30% of the time. Stay home doing what you want to do, dramas, video games, whatever, about 40% of the time. And also spend about 20% of the time with your family. And then also set aside 10% of the time for just you time, regardless of whether that's, reading, studying, just keeping up with life in general, keeping up on your SNS. 10% of the time to yourself. And, time will go by like just super fast. Just trust me on that. That's my recommendation. Find a good balance. And once you find a good balance, things will go smoothly. So with that said, enjoy your vacation and let me know if anything fun happens. Now we're going to check out 2 tracks as we continue on with our program, starting with the song Jenny of the USA Wants to Hear, Be My Baby by the Wonder Girls, and Kirine of Thailand wanted to hear a Bumkey track, so we're going to play his new thing, Better Man by Bumkey featuring Tableau. We just heard the songs Be My Baby by the Wonder Girls, followed by Better Man by Bumkey featuring Tableau. Yo, did you guys check out this track though? Bumkey, I remember hearing about him before. What's the first track I ever heard him on? I think it was his old track, Kakko Nolle. It's a song that he did with Dynamic Duo. I think maybe Bumkey was the feature artist on the track. Then he came out with his own track called Michin Yone, which had E-Sense on the track. And then, continuing on, he just started racking up a bunch of hits until, he did 행복하지마 with Mamamoo. If you don't know that song, it's super awesome. He actually speaks English really well. I never had a chance to say that I miss you, or something like that. And then, he keeps moving on and on. And then he got married. He got married to a DJ, if I'm not mistaken. And now he's back on his grind. He is, the track that you just heard, Better Man. It's his new track with Tableau. And, man, he just killing it. He knows what he's doing, I think. And he's one of the artists Music-wise, I think he is super, super awesome. So it's time for our next message. We have Unita of Indonesia saying, "Have a blessed Sunday, Benji. So last night I fell asleep earlier around 10 p.m., but then I woke up at 3 a.m. and couldn't sleep again till the time to go to church. But maybe this is why I couldn't sleep again. So I opened my Pablo 6 chat room, lots of messages to read, and when I replied, only Josh was there because of the time zone. Then I decided to sing alone, trying to make a cover song, and then I watched a lot of videos. I watched some music video reactions, and B.I.G music video reactions is one of the groups that I searched for. And I'm wondering, do you ever watch videos like this? Watching others people's reactions is kind of interesting though. And how about cover songs and cover dances? Have you ever heard or watched them before? I mean, for B.I.G. Anyway, just FYI, I have a plan to do a cover song of Taola, still practicing the rap part. Would you like to listen to it when I'm done, or should I send it to MA? 기대해주세요, Benji. Look forward to what I have. Well, I mean, Taola, if you sing the original song as a girl, I'm sure the song will be a very comfortable thing to sing. But besides that, I think the rap part, because Hito just killed it on the track. You know, Mipio did a good job, but when you hear that, yeah, to go and feel the man, and then he just kind of like diddles his own groove. You know, when we heard that in the recording studio, I thought it was kind of funny. But then after you kind of hear it in the whole scale of things, he actually did a really, really good job. So yeah, good luck for that. And do I watch those videos, reaction videos or B.I.G cover videos and stuff like that? I do watch them, actually. I don't comment on them, you know, but those are pretty awesome. And, you know, recently I saw a video where someone actually mimicked the outfits too, you know, and I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. So, you know, and to everyone who makes reaction videos as well, I think they're very, very good because it's another way of promotion as well, not only for themselves, but for the group. You know, people watching the reaction videos obviously watch them for that, you know, their purpose. So I do watch those videos from time to time. But overall, in general, we all just chill in here on the radio. All right, so we're going to check out two more songs as we continue on. Tony of Italy wants to hear Stay With Me by Taeyang featuring G-Dragon. And Leon of Singapore wants to hear 사랑이었다 by Zico featuring Luna. We just heard the song Stay With Me by Taeyang featuring G-Dragon, followed by 사랑이었다 by Zico featuring Luna. I was surprised a little bit, I'm not going to lie, when I first heard our second track, 사랑이었다. Because, you know, Zico's double single comes out and it's got 너는 나, 나는 너. 넌 나고 난 너. Yeah, and I was like, yo, this dude killing it. And then I listened to the second track, it's like, oh, it's got Zico and Luna. I was like, okay, this is going to be an interesting combination. So I'm listening to it, and the music comes out and it's a ballad. I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And then Zico doesn't come out on the track. It's Luna singing the entire thing, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I was like, oh. And that was essentially my reaction for the entire track. I was like, oh, so he's going to come out now? Is he going to come out now? Oh, he could have just written it as Zico and Luna, not Zico featuring Luna. But anyways, that is how that cookie crumbled. Quick update, guys. Of course, we do have our specials tomorrow and the day after. On Tomorrow with Sam, we have Better Together Plus Music, where you'll be able to hear me and Sam singing live here in the studio, as well as check out some great music and have some musical healing. Remember, that'll be Better Together Plus Music tomorrow on February 8th. And on February 9th, which is Tuesday, we will have Better Together Plus Family, where we have B.I.G joining us in the studio, playing some traditional games, and of course, answering your questions and comments. Please send those in up on our message board for the details. Go ahead and check us out online. Now we're going to check out a song before we take a break and go to our second hour. We're going to listen to the song LA Love by Fergie. You're listening to Music Access with me, Benji of B.I.G, and our first song starting off the second hour of our show for Sunday, February 7th was I Bet My Life by Imagine Dragons. Now here's how you can listen and participate. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone and also send us messages via the comment function. And you can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. Now we're going to check out two songs before we move on, starting with the song Worry by Jack Garrett, followed by Here by Alicia Cara. What's up, guys? You're listening to the second hour of Music Access for Sunday. We just heard the tracks Worry by Jack Garrett, followed by Here by Alicia Cara. Whew, gotta say that second track here, when I first heard that track, I was like, oh my gosh, who is this girl? And so I looked her up, and it turns out this song actually did pretty well on the charts, and she herself is a very, very awesome singer. I like the song very much. I love the message that it just kind of, it's like very anti-party song, but it gives out this very like grim vibe. It's just very macabre. All right, so of course we are on our Sunday Corner Scribble, which is just like using Music Access as a big notepad. Just as you jot down your ideas, thoughts, and what's been on your mind without thinking much on a notepad, send them into us here so we can all share. It'll be your messages filling up this corner, so remember, you guys need to send in messages, so please send in messages or I don't have anything to do. Alright, so our first message for our second hour comes from Samantha from Australia, saying, "Good day, Benji and the MA staff. So Danielle is starting her final year of secondary school, and I'd like to wish her the best of luck. I think she'd really like it if you could wish her luck as well. Can you do that for me? I also have a song request, NO by BTS. Okay, so we got that on track. Danielle, it is her final year of secondary school, which I think I heard from Kihoon is the same as senior year in high school. So I guess you'll be graduating soon, and then you'll be going off to college. And I'll just say this much. When it really boils down to it, enjoy your time in school. Study, of course, study for the tests, study for everything, even if, I know there's some people who, they're like, oh, I'm going to graduate from school, so now it doesn't really matter. Once they graduate and, they say grades don't matter. No. Keep up the grades all the way up until the very end of school, up until graduation. And besides that, make sure that as you are attending school, make memories with your friends. I think that's something that a lot of people kind of sometimes forget to do. But really, when it comes to the last year, it's the last year of, the whole primary and, in the States we call, elementary, junior high, high school. It's the end of that system, and then you go into a whole new, world. So make a lot of memories as you can. Hang out with your friends. Enjoy all those dances if your school has dances, and make sure you don't graduate with regret. I think that's what's really important. So good luck, Danielle, and Samantha will play your track. We're gonna first listen to the song that Natasha of Australia wants to hear, "Lollipop" by Impact, and then we'll play the song that Samantha requested in her message, "NO" by BTS. We just heard the tracks "Lollipop" by Impact, followed by "NO" by BTS. Clearing my throat. And it's time for our next message for Scribble, which comes from Jenny from the USA, saying, "Happy Sunday, Benji. It's another day, which means tomorrow is Monday. Sunday is such a relaxing day compared to the other days because I can sleep in more than I would on a Saturday. It's a great feeling when you don't have to set an alarm and can get the sleep you need. When was the last time you didn't have to set an alarm or had a good amount of sleep?" Okay, racking my memory bank. When was the last time that I didn't have a schedule? When was the last day I had a day off? And the answer is, survey says, I don't remember. But this does exist. I will say this much. There are days when I don't set an alarm, but then I wake up and I feel really refreshed. Like I feel like I had a good sleep. But then the problem is, my schedule, I was supposed to leave the house at, let's say, 9 o'clock. But I woke up at like 7:43, which is such a random time. But I feel super refreshed. I could go back to sleep, but I feel really good. Because, that's when my sleep cycle ended. And here is the big problem. If I go back to sleep at that time, I'm going to wake up in the middle of a sleep cycle and feel sort of less awake and refreshed than I would have before. But then at the same time, there's too much time. And it's too cold to go outside and exercise. It's too, there's nothing to do in the house. And that's one of the big conundrums that I have when I wake up early feeling refreshed, because it's a very, very vague kind of moment. It's like, okay, so what should I do now? I'm so awake. And then usually I just fall back asleep and it ruins my sleep cycle. But yeah, hopefully for those of us who do get to sleep in on Sunday, you are enjoying that time. I think really when it comes to sleeping in, Sunday is one of the best days. I remember when I was in school, I'd wake up early for Saturdays because there was a 4-hour block of cartoons that I loved to watch. That started from 8 and ended at around 12, and then you had, additional programs afterwards. So I just stayed glued in front of the TV watching those cartoons. And on Sunday, that's probably, I think, when I'd sleep in. So hopefully you are enjoying your time. And definitely, just continue on enjoying all that great jazz. Now we're going to play 2 more songs as we continue on, starting with the song Dangerous by Royal Pirates, followed with 스며든다 by 서예안. We just heard the songs Dangerous by Royal Pirates, followed by 스며든다 by 서예안. Our next message comes from Darcy Ann from the USA saying, 안녕 Benji, so I worked on something for you. I'll post it as a Mio message. I usually post those on Mondays as I want to give others a chance to post in for that corner. So I listened to Super K-pop with DJ Sam and had fun winning a prize from a Let's Think Together corner, all because I told him I was promoting K-pop with another DJ friend of mine from the UK, along with telling him I'd post a video of one of their songs to this DJ's SNS. It has been interesting getting packages all the way from South Korea. That sounds pretty good. When we do host Music Access, I was just thinking it would be awesome to have Sam and his team here in the studio, even if it's just for fun. Besides that, though, I will say that, getting packages from South Korea should be pretty awesome. It's really weird because when I was in the States, all my packages would be just like stuff that I ordered online. But now, fans and, awesome people send us packages internationally. And we get to see all these foreign stamps, all this foreign handwriting, which I think is super, super awesome. Sometimes I think the labels are the coolest part of, when packages come or like when letters come. There's letters that I don't understand, languages that I don't speak and I can't read. And yet somehow the stamps are something that are really awesome because, not a lot of people, send these kind of stamp mail anymore because it's still very old school and stuff. But at the same time, seeing these in person is super, super awesome, of course. And it's a very, very special moment. So, Darcy Ann, it must be very, very awesome for you to receive those kinds of packages. I can understand totally what you are going through. And I will say that as that continues on, hopefully you enjoy that time. Okay? Alright. So now we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on, starting with the song Chilla, I think it's Fire is the English title by JJCC, followed by Taxi by Anda. We just heard the songs Chilla by JJCC, followed by Taxi by Anda. So, just side note, I remember listening to the song because we promoted Tawala in our January music broadcasts, and that's when Anda was promoting her track Taxi. It was very, very awesome, actually. It's a really, really interesting track. A lot of people are doing, the whole techno music and all that stuff, and she came out with this very, this trap heavy kind of beat, bump 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 bump, which I think it was made actually by, if I'm not mistaken, I think Beat Freaks, which is an American production team. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please someone correct me. But we're just like, we're rocking out to this song because everyone's doing, there's cutesy idol stuff, there's very tough idol stuff. There's all this other stuff, but then there's this vibing track, and we're just going along with the beat. Tell you how to taxi, and yeah, memories from when we were promoting that track, and I think Royal Pirates' track when they were promoting Runaway. Those were the 2 songs that I was really like vibing out to, and No Love, Lucky J. I think those were the 3 tracks, and then what else was there? Oh, the from La Boom, that one sound, I think. Those are the tracks that we were really like chilling out to. Okay, moving on after memories. We're going to keep going to our next message. We have Wilma Stevens from Australia saying, "Good day, Muji, Benji, and all the Music Access fam. My name is Wilma, and I'm from Australia. Hope y'all are having a great day. Benji and Muji, I'm just curious what you think of Super Junior's Royu. It's hard to speak English and say Korean names because you get it mixed up. What do you think of Super Junior's Ryouk's solo debut album, The Little Prince? He's my ultimate bias when it comes to K-pop, and like B.I.G, I will always try my best to be there and support and love you both. Thanks, Benji. Have a great and safe day. Whiting. So, story time. I like the album personally. I think it's very he picked a good direction to do his solo in. When Kyuhyun came out, he did this ballad kind of soft kind of thing, which I think he did really, really well. Eunhyuk and Donghae, when they came out as Super Junior DNA, they chose songs that really fit them. Henry, when he came out and did his solo tracks, he did something really, really awesome with that stuff. And now Ryouk, when he came out with his stuff, I think he also did a really, really good job as well. I do have to say this. I remember a long time ago, one of the first concerts that I watched when I came to Korea was a Super Junior concert. And at that concert, of course, members have solo stages. And I hope I'm correct if I remember this. I think Ryouk did moves like Jagger. And I was surprised because up until that point, I'd seen them do techno. I'd seen them do Madam, Mr. Simple, and all that kind of stuff. But I'd never seen them, really kind of cover a pop song. Because at that point, I was only interested in, improving my own skills. And he did a really, really good job. Because I always assumed, Super Junior, Kyuhyun sings really well, Yesung sings really well. And Ryouk, I didn't really know what kind of voice he really had. But when he covered that song, I really, really found that, this dude can really, really sing. And he's really, really awesome. So hopefully if I get a chance to meet him, that would be pretty awesome. But until then, I'll be enjoying his new album, The Little Prince, which I really think just like SM really just like names these songs like awesomely. I don't know where they come up with these names, but these names are really just like they kill it. So everyone enjoy Ryouk's new album, The Little Prince. And with that said, we're going to check out 2 songs as we continue on. Starting with Only Wanna Give It To You by Ellie Varner featuring J. Cole, followed by Chocolate Legs by Eric Benet. We just heard the songs Only Wanna Give It To You by Ellie Varner featuring J. Cole, followed by Chocolate Legs by Eric Benet. Awesome song. So Eric Benet just kills it. Alright, so of course I've been talking about this all week, but I thought, it is Sunday, I might as well remind you guys about it twice in one program. Remember, Music Access Lunar New Year's special announcements. On Monday, tomorrow, Sam and I will be here with you guys for Lunar New Year's special part 1, Better Together plus music. If you want to listen to songs that Sam and I have prepared for you, make sure to tune in to us during the second hour on Monday, and you might be able to hear a live performance. And of course, for the second hour on Tuesday, February 9th, this coming Tuesday, my brothers here in Korea, B.I.G, will be coming into the studio for Lunar New Year's special part 2, Better Together and Family. We'll play some games and, of course, answer questions and comments. If you want to ask us specific questions, write B.I.G on your title and leave us a message on our message board. Now, it is time to wrap up our show for today. Everyone continue to have a lovely weekend. Our last song that we're going to listen to is Roller Coaster by Sam Ock. This was Benji of B.I.G, and as always, I'll be back.